to Match Report. Thanks for joining us on this lovely Saturday for the IMS Cup final between the wonderful Elvin Richards and, of course, Robert Bakewell, the two top teams from the table. But, of course, it's not just me. Sophie's here with me. Thank you for joining me, Sophie. Hello.
Thanks for having me.
And we have a wonderful pundit, Alex over here.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm very pleased to be here. It's shaping up to be an incredible evening of netball.
Well, let's keep that enthusiasm up over the next hour or so. Let's take a look at the IMS Netball table just to sort of get ourselves into it and get a feel for netball. Hopefully that should be up on your screens now, where you will see Elvin Richards is at the top on 39 points and Robert Bakewell coming in behind on 33. Royce there taking the third spot, with William Morris, Towers and Harry French, Hazel Rutland and the Holt finishing off the top half of the table. Now onto the second half of the table. Sophie will take over.
The second half, we've got Rutherford, 9, and then Telford, then Faraday, Falkegg, Cayley, Butler Court, John Phillips, and then David Collett at the bottom there.
So yeah, it's been a fantastic season for the IMS Netball. Rather exciting indeed, of course. There's a few teams tight at the top there. Both Robert Bakewell and Royce finishing on 33 points, but Robert Bakewell going ahead on the points difference. But to get us in the netball mood and to get us in the cup final mood, which of course Alex alluded to earlier, we're going to stay nice and positive and nice and hyped through this. Take a look at the wonderful hype video for this year's IMS Netball Cup final.
So I'm just going to go through the timings that we've got for tonight. Basically, we've got the players running out at about 8:10, and then 8:15 is going to be the centre pass, where the whole game's going to start. We've got half time at about 8:45, where we're going to break down the game so far and talk to some of the IMS exec for a while and basically talk about the game, and then it'll all end just before 10. And
fantastic. So that's all coming up over the next hour or so. Sophie, do you want to take us through Elvin Richards? Start with Elvin Richards. Let's go against the alphabet. Elvin Richards' road to the final was pretty easy by the looks of it. What were some of their scores?
Well, they were undefeated in the league, with winning all 13 of their games, but basically their scores, starting with the Holt, their game against the Holt, it was 39-27. And then in the quarterfinals against Rigrut, it was 33-25. And then in the semi-finals, it was 34-19 against Bilmo.
Okay, so pretty comfortable run in for Elvin Richards. Just taking a look at the Robert Bakewell road to the final, they had a bit of a tougher time. You saw in the league there, they only got 33 points, slacking behind, a few drop points. But anyway, they went on in the quarterfinals to take on Harry French. Losing, in fact, they won in the quarterfinals, obviously, they made it to the final, 26-23, and then in the semi-finals taking on the Towers 27-26, so they've had a much more challenging run into this final. Of course, Alex, I know you know a huge amount about netball. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
I wouldn't like to call myself an expert, but other people have done in the past, and that is why I'm here being a pundit for today. So obviously I'm going to come into my own at half-time and I'm going to dissect the game and see what's going on. Obviously there's not enough time to talk about it in the quarters. So at half-time, look out for me and the team. We'll talk about all the analysis of what's been going on so far.
Fantastic. Now, Sophie, you want to talk about the lineups now? I think we're going to go into the lineups. Of course, we've got a few team sheets here. Let's bring up the Elvin Richards team sheet and just give it a rundown.
So starting with Elvin, we've got up front goal shooter Hand, and then goal attack Heap, and wing attack Larkin. As a centre, we've got Patton, wing defence Cox, goal defence Lushington, the captain of the Elvin Richards team, and then finally, last but not least, the goalkeeper Ange.
Excellent.
For
Now
Bakewell.
to take a look at the Robert Bakewell team. They line up, if we bring it up on screen there, the goal shooter is Boubier. The goal attack is Fretwell. The wing attack is Dunn. In the centre it's Whitaker. Wing defence is Solanke. And goal defence Henshaw with the goalkeeper Eriksson. So good to see that. And I'm sure they'll all play very well. Of course, these teams have been playing together all year. So in theory, they should have team chemistry down by this point, you should think.
Yeah, they should be working really well together. It should be a really exciting match to be watching. There should be them at the best, like the top of their game, really, shouldn't it?
Absolutely. Just talking about some of those players, they were in fact here last year
Yeah.
in this final, playing for Robert Bakewell, where they lost. So they're going to have it in the front of their mind about what could potentially be coming. They know how to lose. Let's see if they know how to win.
Yeah.
Hey. So coming up over the next hour, of course, at half time, we are in the wonderful arena which hosts Loughborough Lightning, which is a bit of a privilege really, because we don't normally get to play our IMS Cup finals in such a luscious setting. But what it does mean is that we will have a lovely tunnel over here, if we could just get the Wizzy cam. Look at that. A lovely tunnel with Loughborough Lightning, and we'll have all the teams in there running out in just a moment. As you can hear over the top of my voice, there is a loud announcer being incredibly rude and interrupting our stream. But they will be coming out there, so keep your eye out for that. There'll be a big cheer from the crowds. And we're just gonna think about what we've got coming up now for the next hour. So Robert Bakewell, of course, will coming into this with a loss last year. Sophie, what are your thoughts on how they'll be gearing themselves up, ready to take on Elvin Richards with that behind them?
Well, I think that they've got the experience. They've got like more experienced players on the team. And if we look at the atmosphere around here, obviously, like they've got fans watching behind them. Same with Elvin. I think they've got a lot going for them, really. What about you, Alex? What are you thinking about the atmosphere?
Well, the atmosphere seems buzzing at the moment. I'm really excited to see how it develops throughout the game as it goes on. I'm sure we'll hear lots of cheering. Obviously, as you know, Elvin and Bakewell, fierce rivals. So I'm sure that's going to play its part tonight as well.
Absolutely, that village rivalry. We haven't talked about it much, but of course the two halls on campus, of course, this is intramural sport, so it's two halls, are based down in the village part of campus, and they are in fact next door to each other. So these guys, they'll be glaring at each other when they walk into lectures. They'll be looking them in the eye all year long. Alex, of course, that Elvin Richards, they have come into this undefeated, so a great backing for them. Is that just going to give them the momentum to steamroll this one to the end?
You'd like to think so. I mean, both teams are oozing with talent, and Elvin Richards no different. Got some great players on the pitch, and some great substitutes as well that can really come in and make a difference.
Well, we'll find out in a moment whether or not you're right. We'll find out whether or not anyone's right, and whether or not any of the bets placed, of course, do remember to gamble responsibly, will, of course, come to fruition. We're going to go now to get ready for the teams to come out, and when we come back, there you are, when we come back, we'll hand over to the wonderful commentators who will take you through the next hour or so of the Netball Cup final.
The Loughborough Cup final for IMS. I'm Sylvie.
And I'm Rachel, and we're going to be taking you through the match today. It'll just be a few minutes before the players come out, and we'll run through the teams for today. Sylvie, how do you think the game's going to go today?
I think it's going to be a tough one, particularly as Elvin and Bakewell haven't played before, so it's going to be a tight game.
Yeah,
How
we
do you
don't
think?
really know what to expect from this one, as they haven't met in the league, as you said. I think it'll be a feisty game, fierce rivals from the village park. So we'll see what kind of happens throughout the game.
But I've been very excited for this. It's going to be a big game. All the players are ready. They've been at the top of their game all year. It's going to be a good match.
They've definitely been training hard. Bakewell have had a number of different training sessions with fitness built in there as well. Really eager to get going in this game today. Okay, so we're going to take a run through the team sheets now.
So first up, here's Elvin Richards at goal shooter. At goal shooter we have Matilda Han. At goal attack, Arabella Heap. Wing attack, Hannah Larkin. Centre, Catriona Payton. Wing defence, Annabelle Cox. Goal defence, Robin Ange. And at goalkeeper, Hope Lashton. And on the bench we have 2 subs. We've got Catherine Harrison and Ellen Anderson, coached by Sam Peters.
This team, this is their first time being in the final altogether. None of them have previously been in a final, so it'll be interesting to see how they cope under the pressure, because it is quite a big stadium today with a good turnout.
Yeah, and the atmosphere is completely getting bigger and bigger, and people are getting really excited for this game.
So I'm going to take you through the Robert Bakewell lineup now. So at goal shooter we've got Grace Buber. At goal attack we've got Liv Fretwell. At wing attack we've got Rachel Dunn. At centre we've got Lucy Whitaker. At wing defence we've got Simi Solanke. At goal defence we've got Maya Henshaw. And goalkeeper we've got Anna Eriksson. So the teams are now coming out now after our netball promo video. We'll just wait to see which team is going to come out first. So we've got Bakewell coming out first, raring to go, with the smoke of the tunnel behind them.
I bet they're going to be excited to come out of this. The atmosphere is going to rise.
Alright, it is IMS Netball Cup final time. Are we ready to welcome the team?
So here we go, the teams are about to come out now.
First out, we are going to be welcoming to the court, Elvin Richards.
So we've got Elvin Richards coming out first. Here we've got Hope Lushington, Robin Ash, Annabelle Cox, Katrina Panton, Anna Larkin, Arabella Heath, Matilda Hand, Catherine Harrison and Ellen Anderson. They are coached by Sam Peters, a member of the IMS exec. He has done wonders for this team this year, being a great person that the girls can turn to and offer great coaching. So next we have Robert Bakewell coming out.
So for Bakewell we've got Grace, Liv, Rachel, Lucy, Simi, Maya, Anna, Skylar, Jess and Megan.
So on the Bakewell team we've got 3 all-star players. These are girls who have been selected to play against the AU team at the end of the season. This is Liv Fretwell, Lucy Whitaker and Maya Henshaw. On Elvin we've got Robin Ash, who is also a member of the all-star team. The girls went through a trialling process to get to this, and it's a really great achievement.
It's going to be a strong team this year, particularly as well, hasn't it, Rachel?
Yes, it's been a highly contested season this year. Definitely between these 2 top teams. It'll be really interesting to see how they match up against each other, as they haven't played against each other.
Right, and so they're getting on court, getting into positions and ready to go.
So our officials today are May Holmes and Anna Brindley, both great girls who I've had the pleasure of playing with myself. So we'll see how this game unfolds now. So Bakewell have the first centre pass. And it's a great interception from centre Katrina.
And it's already been turned back over.
So as we've seen already from the first few seconds, this game is going to be highly contested. There's going to be a lot of calls for the umpires to make, quite difficult ones as well, I think.
The umpires are going to have to be on it today.
So there's a great up-court pressure from Elvin, really putting the pressure on early on in the game. So as we can see, Elvin are really trying to push for that kind of centre ball. Oh dear. So the girls are going to need to tidy up here, as I think it's getting a bit feisty out here. Yeah, Sylvie, it's definitely going to be an interesting game. The umpires are going to have to be on their ball. But as you can expect, the nerves will be very high right now, as this is probably the biggest stadium that the girls have played in.
We're just going to have to wait for the nerves to settle, and then they'll really get into their game.
And the first goal goes to Bakewell, scored by Liv Fretwell. So it's an Elvin centre pass, and it can't be turned over by the wing defence from Bakewell, but we'll see what Elvin can do with it. They really need to work on bringing it up the court fluidly and making sure it gets into that circle quickly.
They're putting the pressure on the whole way down the court at the moment.
Agreed. Oh, and here we go, a turnover from Bakewell in the goal third. This could prove crucial in the amount of turnovers that the girls are able to keep hold of. The wing attack for Elvin, Hannah Larkin, she has been a key part in their play, definitely as an attacking and defensive player. that'll be a good matchup between her and Simi.
Yeah, well, the defence from both teams are particularly strong. As both goal defences are both all-stars, so it's going to be really tight in defence to get the goals in.
That's going to be a good matchup between the players. As we see, Elvin just calmly taking it down the court, seeing if they can break that already strong Bakewell defence. Here we go, Arabella's going to go for the shot. Great shot from Arabella. So, this game is already pretty highly contested with 1 goal each. The Bakewell girls definitely have been training together, and you can tell because they all work very well together and they kind of read off each other very well.
Well, actually, Rachel, so this team it's only just come together. So they've been building this team for quite a while, but it's actually the first time they've ever got to play together.
Wow, that is really going to hinder them, I think, in the game, because you really have to have good player communication, but they seem to be doing okay so far, Sylvie.
No, I'm very impressed with their play so far.
Let's see what Elvin can do with this ball now. That is a great over-the-head feed. As Maya is a very tall player, it will be difficult for them to
the
really
height is a big thing, and
get the lobs
especially in
in.
defence.
Yeah, agreed. So we have Elvin on the ball now. They're having to work it back, but the Bakewell girls are really putting on the defence right up to that goal third line.
Well, I think it's a big thing for Bakewell as well, as last year they were in the final again, but against Faraday. So it'll be interesting if they can get this win this time.
Yes, and that must play on their minds as well, having a final already. But to be fair, half of these girls have not actually played in the final before, so they will be able to bring fresh legs and a fresh insight to what's going on. So Elvin bringing it to a 3-1 lead now with a Bakewell centre pass. So we'll just get back on court. Now, Bakewell seem to be very good at bringing the ball up and really taking their time and setting up plays.
Something they are doing though, Rachel, is they're really good at putting their arms up in front of that ball to make it harder for Bakewell to bring it back down the court.
Yes, they're really applying the pressure high and early.
See, by that miss might make it crucial for Elvin to get the ball back down and stretch their lead even further.
Yes, I think the shooters will definitely have a lot to do today. I think any turnover will be crucial in these two teams as they're very closely matched, with Elvin being undefeated for the season and Bakewell only losing twice. First and second in the league, so it's...
I mean, they even have their matches in 2 weeks for Elvin and Bakewell, so it's just quite interesting to see who will win that game.
Because these two teams have not played each other, which is quite rare in the IMS scale, because you do play every Monday, and the girls have done a great interception from the goalkeeper for Bakewell. These turnovers will prove crucial if they can get it down the court and really maximise.
You can already see the girls are throwing everything at this game.
It's getting very feisty for Sylvie. I think the umpires will definitely have their work cut out for them. But we've got May Holmes, who is a fantastic umpire. She's done a lot for the club and she's been a great help with all the IMS throughout the year. Anna Brindley as well, another great umpire.
I mean, May's already today umpired one of the Lightning games, so she's very good.
Definitely well experienced in the umpiring world. She's a great person to have out there to keep the game clean and good.
She'll give it a fair game.
No, that was a good turnover from Bakewell, so let's see if they can maximise on this centre pass. That was an unlucky replay ball by the goal attack from Bakewell. We'll see what Elvin can do with it now. Already, Sylvie, we can see this game is toing and froing. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup between the pair of them.
An interesting thing though is, Rachel, that as you can see, Elvin are already pushing their goals up. But actually, if you look at the stats, Bakewell's goals are higher at 271, whereas Elvin's are only 230.
That is very surprising, as the girls have been doing quite well with their goal lead so far.
I mean, we know today that Bakewell have been practicing their shooting, really trying to make this game absolutely their best, ready for the win of the cup final.
Well, shout out to their net that they called a net. They actually bought that for the final so that they could practice and really get their best foot forward. As I said, the girls do train quite a lot. They incorporate fitness from their coach, Victoria Hammer. She's done a great job at getting the girls into shape and really working them together as a team.
And Elvin is starting to stretch the lead again. It's going to be really interesting if they can bring this back at Bakewell.
So that was a turnover for the Elven girls, so let's see if they can maximise and get a goal from this opportunity. Simi has seemed to be a great player so far, really getting involved in all of these passes. She is quite a nippy player, so I expect to see her all over the court, causing havoc. An unlucky miss from the Elven girls, but it means that Bakewell can try and move this ball down the court as efficiently as they can. The centre, Lucy Whitaker, is on the All-Stars team, so she was selected to play against the AU team. How do you think she's playing so far, Sylvie?
I think she's playing really well. She's really hitting those top of the D drives, getting it nice and easy to feed into the shooters. She really is trying her best.
Yeah, I think she has great vision as well.
Good strength there as well. Even when she's getting the pressure on, she's getting good strength, holding her position, not letting the other centre push her around.
Agreed. She's definitely got good vision, good ability to see the right pass and know when to place it. Oh, an unlucky one, but a great capitalised by Bakewell. I think the nerves are just getting to the girls, so we just settle down a bit and there we go.
You can hear the crowd, they're going wild at this.
The crowd are going mental right now, and that must be playing on the girls' mind. Oh, that is unlucky from the goal attack, but a great feed from Lucy Whitaker, as we were saying, great vision from her. Now, Robin on the ball now, she is an AU basketballer, she plays for England, so she's really able to get her transfer of skills, would you say, Sylvia, I think, from the basketball court?
Yeah, well, the thing that's really surprising is she's actually very good at shooting, but you can see she's a very dynamic player as she's playing at goal defence today.
She has very good versatility, and she actually beat the Elven basketballers in a shootout, so who knows, might see her up in that shooting position sometime soon. I think her strengths lie in the defence, however, she is so strong in there, and a great matchup with Grace in there as well, who's an excellent shooter as well. Great from long range and not afraid to take the shots when it's needed for her team. Here she goes, lining one up now. We'll see if she can capitalise on this one. Oh, Robin straight in there with the rebound. You have to be very quick on those rebounds, especially in such a tight game like this one today.
Yes, following your shots after you've taken one is very important to be able to get the next goal in, just in case you miss.
Great shot from Ella there at the goal attack position. And we have an Elven centre, so that was a turnover from the girls, and it's a 6-3 lead to Elven now.
The thing is that it's already been 10 minutes, Rachel, and the score isn't that big.
No, it's really not, Sylvia. It's very back and forward.
It just shows how contested these two teams are.
Yes. The shooting stats will really prove crucial, I think, by the time we get to the third and fourth quarter, when the girls are starting to get tired, and you really need to be putting those shots up in order to get that lead and extend it. Great pressure there from Robin.
Yeah,
Robin
making it really hard.
Very well together in the circle together.
They probably have really good communication in there, talking to each other.
Good relationship with each other as well. I believe they're friends. So
yeah,
that really helps when you've got a defensive unit. Oh, great interception from Hope there.
That was well seen in the court.
Landing on the outside foot. An unlucky call for Hope and the Elven girls. But
it just shows how tight these officials are on the game, trying to make it as fair as possible.
Yeah, the officials are doing a great job so far. Can't disagree with any of the decisions. So we're going to take an Bakewell sideline. Just pause a bit of a stuck ball at the minute. There we go. So the wing defence for Elven, we've got Annabelle Cox. She is very crucial to that Elven defence setup in the triangle position that they like to have. They like to do it man on man, and really she is crucial for moving the... Oh, a great interception from the goal shooter. Oh, unlucky call from the umpire there. We'll see what Elven can do with the ball now. We're seeing that they're getting stuck in that middle channel, and I think that the Bakewell girls are really good at putting on that pressure and being able to minimise the amount of room that they have in that centre court, which we know is a difficult place. You really need to have a wide centre court to get the ball travelling. Yeah, and a breaking call, Sylvie. That is a tough one to take.
That's a crucial error.
You don't want to be making those trivial errors, especially this early on in the game. Oh, a collision from the girls. The crowd are definitely getting a bit leery, but we'll see what we can do here.
silly mistakes like that of Rachel with breaking is so, like, you should try and keep the ball when it's your centre pass. Makes it, you should try and just keep your centre passes and go into goal.
I agree. That was a great use of the outside hand from the goalkeeper, Anna Eriksson. So that outside hand is so important to avoid those inevitable contact calls that come from being a defensive player. It is quite difficult, but she did a really good job there of getting that hand around and making sure that she was well away from the player. We'll see if the Bakewell girls can get through this Elven defence.
This whole game is really body on body, and especially in the D, you can really see the hustle the girls going through.
Very body on body, Sylvia. I'd have to agree with you there. And we've got an Elven back line here, so we'll see what the girls can do. Oh, things like that, you kind of need to eliminate this kind of silly mistakes. But that can happen easily from a good defence of the goal shooter. These long range shots are hard to take, and the goal attack is taking them straight away.
They may be going for long range shots, but they're getting them in every time.
The long range shots pay off if the shooting's on form.
Which today I think it is.
I think it is too. I think though, especially when they definitely get into it and they sort of get their groove, see what it's like playing on this actually quite big court. So we'll see if Bella can capitalise on this shot. It's an unlucky miss from Bella, but a great rebound from Maya to bring it up the court. Again, Lucy with that vision and the goal shooter coming out of the circle to really clear up. Oh, great vision from her.
It's literally going back and forth, Rachel. The girls just keep turning it over and turning it back, and then just trying to get it down the court. But the hustle is so strong.
Oh, it really is end-to-end stuff. It's riveting here at the first half. And a great goal from the goal shooter from Elven, Matilda Hand.
Just really stretches their lead.
An 8-4 lead going into the first quarter could prove very beneficial for Elven, especially as the Bakewell girls will definitely start to find their rhythm, get into their groove. As we said, Sylvie, this is the first time that they will all be playing together.
Yes, and by looking at it, they have 3 all-star players which can play into their hands, because it means they've got 3 players who are really strong. But the question is whether they can all work together.
Agreed. It's quite difficult to have a team so strong, and it's good that the girls play together quite a lot, because that is really, really crucial.
Another key thing is that all the all-stars are in different sections of the court.
Yeah.
So it means you've got strength in every area.
Very, very important thing. And the matchup between Robin and Liv in that shooting circle, both 2 all-stars players, will prove very costly for the end of the quarter. And here is the goal shooter. Liv needs to find her rhythm in that shooting circle, and I think she'll be able to capitalise on.
Can Bakewell take this to goal before the time ends?
Great interception from both there. So that first quarter has finished 8-5 to the Elven girls. We'll see. We'll have a look through the team sheets now, Sylvia, and see what players really stood out to us. Okay, so we're going to have a look at some highlights from the first quarter now. So we can see the girls are really making use of that shooting circle, getting as near as they can. They're not really going for those long shots yet, Sylvie.
No.
They're really trying to capitalise on those shots, because
well, you can see that change of movements really at her, dodging her, losing her player. It makes it really difficult for the
Maya
opposition
with
to
some
mark.
great interceptions there and great defensive work. Another near miss from her, but it's not too bad.
Right.
So, what do you think about the players so far?
Well, I think that Elven are playing particularly strong. As you can see, their goal difference is already stretching. But Bakewell are really putting on all the pressure around the court, particularly at centre. She's really not letting her player go and getting free for every pass. What do you think, Rachel?
I would say Lucy Whittaker has been a standout player so far. She's really dominated that centre third, and I think that's very important with this back and forward game, that they really make use of getting those balls straight into the shooting circle.
I think it'll be interesting though, Rachel, if they bring in any substitutes, because I don't think at the moment the team is particularly strong and it's not needed at the moment.
Yeah, I do think that there might not be many substitutions. Oh, actually, we're seeing a substitution from the Bakewell girls.
with Lucy Whittaker going into wing attack and Rachel Dunn taking up that centre position.
It'll be interesting if this disrupts their flow of play at the moment.
I think though that the two players, they work very well together. It'll be interesting to see what that does and what their thinking behind that is. Rachel might be getting in that strength at the centre position, and there has been quite a few contact calls.
Well, and Lucy from Bakewell, she's moved to wing attack, I'm pretty sure, and she's been particularly good at getting onto the edge of D and getting that ball as close to as easy for the shooters to receive and then shoot it in.
Yes, her feeds into the circle have been very strong and have been really beneficial to their tall shooters in there. I think though this game will definitely be won in the shooting circles if the girls can put up their shots and really make use of what they're doing. We're just having a look at the Elvin team. They seem to be unchanged. And
I think a big thing for Bakewell is to capitalise every turnover that they get and take it to goal, and that will help them to close this gap.
agreed.
So the girls getting back on court, prepared for the second quarter.
I think, Sylvie, we can expect a lot of fights from the second quarter if the first quarter was anything to go by.
Yes.
We're just going to have a few looks at the live stream, and we just got a quick shout out to Sam Peters for Coach of the Year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. May Holmes, our umpire, and Charlotte Style. We do indeed love our umpires. So, here we go, the start of the second quarter. The second quarter is definitely, I think, a real turning point in the game. It's really important to get into the flow into the second half, because that break can really affect what the girls are thinking and sort of how they want to play their last half. If you go in with a strong lead, it really boosts the mood of the changing room as well.
Well, after this it will be half time, so it means they'll have a bit of a longer break to get that energy back up.
Agreed.
Whereas this one they didn't really have that long.
No, it's a quick turnaround in the netball game, but we'll see if Bella can. Great shot from Bella there, taking that lead out to now 10-5. A 5-goal lead could prove very important for them in the closing quarters of the game.
It's really important for Bakewell to bring this ball back down the court now and get it to goal to try and close the lead.
Bakewell need to close that gap if they want to have a hope of staying in it for that third and fourth quarter matchup, which we all hope to get. So on the live stream here, I see we've got a score question. So the score is 10-6 to Elvin, with an Elvin centre pass now. Lucy Whittaker is definitely on those, but that matchup now with Annabelle Cox will be a very interesting one, as Annabelle has been playing very well throughout the season. She's been a key player in that defensive circle.
Oh, and that was a really good intercept by Simi, well seen.
Yes, that matchup between her and Hannah Larkin will prove very interesting to see. Both very strong physical players.
Both very quick.
Very quick players, agreed. And the matchup between Maya and Bella has proved as interesting as we had hoped. Both really, really keen physical players. Most of these teams are very physical players. Sylvie, would you have to agree?
Yeah, both of them. They both really want to win this game, so it's going to be interesting to see what the outcome is.
Very man-on-man marking. Very tight defence from both teams.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've both gone for the same approach in their defensive areas. So they've both gone for man-on-man as opposed to using things like zoning and things to try and prevent the ball from coming down the court.
Yes, Sylvie, but I also think that a man-on-man approach is actually probably better for this type of play. Definitely for more physical matchups between these two teams, and these two teams of such high standard of play. It's definitely important that they stay tight to their players and not let anything slip.
You can see though already down the court before the ball's even there, all players are actually stuck to their opponents.
Right on. And a great read from the goalkeeper there, Anna Eriksson, doing a great job of keeping Matilda Hand.
That was really quick play by Bakewell.
Bakewell are really great pressure from Robin there to get that 3-second call. The 3-second call is so important in the netball game, as it is a great turnover, a great team turnover. I think it really boosts morale, Sylvie, when you get a 3-second turnover, because all the girls are working together as a unit.
Yeah, it just shows that your defence is really working, and it's it's making it really difficult for the opposition to get the ball down.
A great tip from Hope picked up by Robin there.
Can they take it to goal now though? They've already had a few turnovers and haven't brought them down the court.
An unlucky call by Lucy outside of the circle there. You really do not want to give out those contact calls outside the circle. Makes it very easy for the shooters to split the defence and get
the goal. These shooters, I really do think, Sylvie, it's a shooting game today. If the shooters can maximise these goal opportunities, this could definitely be a higher scoring game. Because 11-6 is not very high.
But that's not necessarily because of their shooting. I think it's just the defence down the court has just been so strong. It's made it really difficult for them to get it into the circle to shoot.
That is a difficult one, Sylvia. I will give you that. Great lean from Robin there. Oh, an obstruction call. Let's see if the goal shooter can capitalise. Great shot from the goal shooter from Bakewell. Bakewell are right back in this game. 4 in it with a Elven ball now. If the Bakewell girls can turn this over, it would prove, a great feed into Bella there. Great shot from Bella. She is so confident in that mid-range ability.
The shooting from Bella has been particularly good as well. Really
I have
impressive.
to agree with you there, Sylvie. Let's see if the Bakewell girls can make use of this centre pass and really start to bring it down court and get those shots up and in. I think time now, just the girls need to settle down and not let the scoreline really determine what's going on.
Yeah, for the score, I think it's important because it's literally been like goal for goal, but at the moment the Elven girls are beginning to stretch their lead quite a lot.
Definitely. The girls are proving that those shots are so crucial. You have to land. But to be fair, the defensive work from Bakewell has been outstanding right now. Maya with a great lean there, and Bella just over the top.
That was a really good lean by the goal defence.
Great shot from Bella there. No.
So it's an Elven centre.
Good turnover from the Elven girls. Let's see if what they can do with this one. It's quite a difficult one, Sylvie, with the amount of turnovers that you need to generate from the game. Especially Elven have got the majority of them now, and I think that'll be playing on the Bakewell girls' minds, but they have to not let them phase them and just keep that defence as tight as it's been.
Yeah, the Bakewell girls really got to hold their heads because they're playing so well. You can see how much they really want to win this.
That is a great rebound from Maya there. Good take, good strong take on the ball. It'll be interesting to see how she plays in the All-Stars game, Sylvie.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
She seems like a good matchup for our AU girls.
Well, actually, it'll be really interesting, Rachel. You'll be marking up against her.
I know. I'll see what I can do against her. She seems like a great player, and I can't wait to take her on personally. Sylvie, and you'll be taking on Lucy, actually.
Well, that'll be a tough game.
That will be a tough game. I think the All-Stars game will be very interesting this year. It'll be a fun one as well. Great spectacle for the...
Yeah, really enjoyable, as all the girls here are lovely.
Yeah, and a good opportunity for the IMS girls to get to the opportunity to come to pre-season. I think it's a great thing that the IMS at Loughborough do, and it's a great way for a pathway into the AU club.
Yeah, it's a really good opportunity doing this All-Stars, because it gives them a chance to get into the AU netball team as well.
And it lets the girls show off all their hard work they've done throughout the year, as they do have matches every Wednesday.
And they're training, so they're playing a lot.
Monday, sorry.
Yeah, every Monday we've been watching their games, we've been umpiring them, and it's been absolutely brilliant.
That was a great intercept there from the goalkeeper as well. She has been very crucial for the Bakewell team right now. So let's see if this goal shooter can really get it. Let's see. Oh, good rebound there from the Elven girls.
Yeah, they're moving it across the channels really well now. In the first quarter, they started to just stick into the middle. They send the stick into the middle channel, but now they're doing really well and swinging it across the court.
Simi, the wing defence for Elven, is everywhere. She is causing so much havoc for the Elven girls, really using her agility to her advantage, getting those leaps across the circle edge, making sure to not go offside. That is quite a difficult skill to manage, especially quite good for her height being quite a small wing defence, very nippy, able to get in front of her wing attack.
However, Hannah Larkin at wing attack is actually a very strong player and very quick herself.
Very strong.
And
it's a very good matchup there, so a very good matchup.
She's proving to be a good opponent to her.
So the Elven lead at 15-7.
They're going to stretch it.
And here we go, up to a 16-7 lead, a 9-goal lead, which another interception from Hope there, using that outside hand to really wrap around, and Simi with an unlucky run out of room basically there, didn't she, Sylvie? Oh, great hands from the goalkeeper. Just unlucky, she was a bit too close there.
Good call from the umpire, really showing that they're really on everything today.
Yeah, great calls from the umpire as always. And Elven now take it to a 10-goal lead.
It'll be interesting what the score will be at half time, as we only have 6 minutes left. sort of really prove to see if they can take it into the last 2 quarters at an even bigger lead.
Agreed. Elven have been dominating this second quarter, wouldn't you agree, Sylvie? I think it's been a very heavy Elven dominated.
Yeah, well, for Elven, they've already won 13 out of 13 games in the league, so it'll be interesting if they can keep that 100% winning streak.
Yes, I suppose the girls are used to being in this position of having the lead in a game, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with it on this bigger stage. A great interception there from the goalkeeper, and the girls just need to work it up court slowly and efficiently.
They're using every player on the court because the Bakewell girls are so tight on their defence, making it difficult for every player to get free for the ball.
A great tip there from the goalkeeper. That defensive unit of the Bakewell girls working really well together. They're really communicating well and making sure that everybody knows their position. Oh, a great interception there from Lucy, and let's see if the girls can take this to goal.
That was well taken by the goal shooter. And she's starting to close the gap at goal shooter. The goal shooter is Grace Bouvia, and she's doing great shooting today. I'd be really interested to see what their stats are, Rachel, wouldn't you?
Agreed. Another great shot from the goal shooter there.
They're starting to close the gap between the 2 teams, making it really interesting, ready for the half time.
Definitely with nearly 5 minutes left of this quarter.
All girls are showing all their fitness that they've been doing because all of them are playing so strong. None of them have seemed to be tiring at all.
Yeah, the girls are really putting up a good fight there, with great hands there from the 2 defensive players. Let's see if Bella can get this shot. Great shot from Bella. Bella has really been on her shooting form tonight. I think that'll prove very important for the Elven girls in these final quarters when the games gets very tense and when all the shots count. The Bakewell girls are doing very well at working together, bringing it down, looking back, not just looking forward, really being able to work together and see where the available pass is. Good at giving those 2 clear options when needed.
Another strength of Bakewell is that using their time. They're not rushing with the ball, and they're making sure that every pass is 100%.
Yeah, using those full 3 seconds to their advantage, which is very important when in a game that is so back and forth. An unlucky miss there, but a great rebound from Hope to get the Elven girls back up the court.
That's just whether they can bring it down to goal.
That is a great passage of play there through the channels. Well kept in by the goal shooter there. We'll see how... Oh, great hit from the back by the goal shooter. We'll see if the Bakewell girls can bring it up the court. Making use of those lob passes, as this is quite a tall team. They need to get over the Elven girls.
That's difficult for the Bakewell girls. Difficult for the Elven girls. The Bakewell girls are all very tall. That's a really big advantage for them.
Yeah, it is a big tall match.
Especially as a loopy pass is actually a weaker pass, which makes it even easier to intercept.
This has been a very good passage of play from turnovers from both the girls. Very rapid. Quite hard to keep up with this game, Sylvie. Very back and forward. The scoreline, I don't think, reflects quite how close the game really is.
No, completely. I agree with you, Rachel.
I think the Bakewell girls are right up in it, they're putting their bodies on the line for these passes, really getting involved, getting in between the Elven girls and the opposition.
Even though the score is 18-9, it makes it... I don't think that score is going to be difficult for the Bakewell girls to get back.
No,
I think they're still in this game completely.
I agree with you there, Sylvie. Let's see what the girls can do here with this defensive unit again, bringing it down the court and seeing what they can do with it. These Bakewell girls are proving that those training days of working together and the relationship they formed together, proving crucial.
The Elven girls have been a particularly strong team this year, as they've been playing together all year. So it'll make it really good for them, as they've got the relationships between all the players and they know where each other are going to be.
Definitely, I think the Elven girls will have a great amount of confidence going into this, having that undefeated record behind them. It's definitely a confidence boost. With Bakewell now taking it to an 8-goal deficit.
But I do love a good underdog, don't you, Rachel?
Oh, I love a good underdog, Sylvie. We do love this game. That goalkeeper is really on it today. Anna is proving... We actually have a shout out for Anna. Her granny and granda, Simon and Pauline in Magham Down, watching her on the big screen, so hopefully she's doing you proud.
So let's see if the Bakewell girls what they can do with this centre pass that they've got. Great. Robin's basketball skills really proving crucial with those arms and those intercepts. Her tips are very good and she's really getting it in there and in amongst the game. Anna Brindley there on it with the umpiring, on and off the ball. A great thing to see. Anna's a lovely girl, Sylvie, wouldn't you have to agree?
Yeah, no, Anna's a great girl. Just been on tour with her and we had great fun with her.
Oh, yes.
She's a really strong netball player as well, though, isn't she?
It's great to have strong netballers also umpiring because they know what the girls...
They know the game.
Yeah.
They probably know what the girls are feeling like as well.
Exactly.
So there's only 30 seconds left.
Let's see if the girls can get it to goal. A 10-goal lead. Now let's see if Elvin can take this to an 11 before the quarter closes. We're going to go for this mid-range shots again. Great shot there. Let's see if the
stretching this lead further and further now, Elvin.
Agreed, Sylvie.
I think there needs to be some fresh legs on the court for Bakewell to try and get it more, to try and keep them in this game a bit more.
Agreed, I think. And there is the end of the second quarter for the girls. A 21-10 goal lead. Sylvie, how are you feeling about that now?
Well, I don't think this score represents the game at all. I think the Bakewell girls were doing really well.
So we're going to go to some highlights from the first half now and have a watch through them now.
Don't all rush forward at once. There's only a quick to enter. There's a shooting competition on the court.
Oh, an unlucky knock on the head there.
That was unlucky. And I hope you all are enjoying watching it on the live stream today. Again,
that's offensive again from Maya. It's really good.
I agree. Their lane, both the girls' lanes are impeccable there. Really making sure they don't encroach on that 3 feet rule.
They're all just sinking their shots every single time.
Great interception there from Simi. She has proved very, very good there for the Bakewell girls. You can see now another near miss from the girls, but they're really getting those shots in again. They're getting those rebounds and going for the second shots every time.
You can see there the crowd's absolutely buzzing.
Oh, the crowd loves it. The crowd absolutely loves the atmosphere here. You can really tell the lads have come out in full force for everybody watching.
It's interesting because there's a big rivalry between both of these teams.
So for half time here we have a game of killer, which is like a penalty shootout for the netball girls.
Oh, Rachel, I'm absolutely gutted I'm missing out on this game.
Sylvie, you are the killer champion, I would have to say so. But I have beat you once or twice, wouldn't I say? So we are now going to take over to the presenters and they'll take you through the half-time highlights.
First half, and Elvin are well in the lead, but it could be all to play for. Been really well played on both sides, and we are joined by GB, who's going to be basically giving us the lowdown on what's just been happening. We're not super experts on netball, but you definitely are.
Yeah, so at the beginning, Elvin had a strong lead, which have now continued onwards. Bakewell seemed to be missing their shots a few times. Elvin seemed a bit more solid in the team and just bringing the ball through a bit more easier. But Bakewell making a few mistakes, which is being costly for them. But they had a big turnaround with the semis against Towers, so hopefully they can get it back now. Two
players I saw, Hand and Heat, the two goal shooter and goal attack for Elvin Richards there. They're not missing anything.
I know, that's the luck. They've just got their iron, and once you've got a shooter who's getting in the 90%, there's nothing you can really do about it.
What are they thinking when they're below the net? How does that work? You've got to sit there, because you haven't got a backboard in basketball. You've just got to sink it.
See, we was always told that you had to imagine there was a cone on top of the net, and you have to hit the cone off to get it in.
Okay, so that's some top tips there if you're trying to get your netball. Alex, you were watching the game with us. We were sitting sort of just down here, I don't know if you can see, just behind the posts, and we were taking it all in, getting a good view of the action. Alex, what did you think first half?
Well, one word I'd use to describe Elvin is just ruthless. They haven't missed anything. They've been turning over the ball with absolute precision. And Bakewell, they've played well, but haven't really had a chance. And hopefully they can put up some sort of fight. I don't want it turning into a cricket score here. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Okay, excellent. A second half to come in about 10 minutes' time. Georgie, let's just talk about some of the big moments that have happened there. Obviously, Elvin are streaming away. Why are they so far ahead of Bakewell? Obviously, they've scored more points. I understand that bit.
Yeah.
But what are they giving more that Bakewell haven't got at the moment?
Bakewell, at the moment, they're just not, every time they're making a lot of mistakes. Elvin are picking up on their mistakes, capitalising and scoring goals, and Bakewell are just not bringing it back in time. It's just a big lead, and Bakewell heads have gone down whilst Elvin are just motivating each other. I think Bakewell just need to step it up a bit and seem like to want to.
What can they really do to get back?
I think you just think they're going to have maybe a bit of a talking to now to try and get them step it up, and it's the cup final. Loads of people want this opportunity.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that Elvin Richards just look like a bigger team. They just look physically stronger and physically fitter out there. Is that do they have ex-AU netball players? Is that what it is?
Quite a lot of Elvin are made up of ex-AU, whilst I know most of Bakewell are all IMS girls, so you definitely have advantage of that, but at the end of the day they're all IMS now, so we'll go from there.
Does that make a big difference? I know that Bakewell have got quite a few all-star players this year, and they obviously take on the AU. Big game. That will be coming up later on. But the fact that they've got ex-AU players who have got that kind of like week in, week out experience, obviously the IMS guys are playing every week. Is that enough?
I mean, I was part of the All-Stars last year and we beat AU, so it's about, we're still getting the training, but I think Elvin just look like they've been more of a unit and they're working as a team and all together as one.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Georgia.
We're gonna
swap you out for someone else. Way over there. Oh, we've got an Elvin Richards fanboy here. Ollie is from Elvin Richards and was welfare rep, came off in November. Thanks very much for being it. As welfare rep, did you ever have to deal with any crying netball players?
Surprisingly not.
Is that because they're winning all the time?
Well, the Elvin girls have had probably the best season they've ever had. They're still undefeated, and I think how they're playing today is really showing that and how strong they've been this year. I think they went and played Nottingham at varsity in March, and I think that's really helped them. They're up for the atmosphere and they know what to do in the time of need.
Is there a lot of other Elvin supporters in the crowd? Are they really helping the girls, do you think?
Yeah, there's a couple of signs up there that I hope the girls are seeing and cheering them on, but yeah.
Has there been a good support in the hall for this? So obviously seeing the journey all the way through, the girls have been undefeated. Have everyone started to get behind it?
Yeah, so I think definitely how the hall's been going, they've been getting people along all year, especially in the semis and the quarters, they've really been getting people along, but also in like the league games as well, there's been a good crowd from Elvin there as well, so yeah, they've got all the support all year.
So finally, before we swap you out quickly, can you give us, as a welfare rep through and through, can you give us your best motivational quote for the Bakewell girls, who are behind at the moment, but I know it's a rival team, but what would you be saying to them? They've got to pick yourselves up.
Just remembering your captain's corner, you said, all gear but no idea, but it seems that the Elvin girls have got the gear and they do have an idea, so best of luck to them.
Fantastic, thanks very much. We'll swap you out and we'll bring in the big man himself, the Elvin Richards coach. Oh no, we've been changed up. Sam Thorpe's coming in to chat about some wonderful IMS events. Sam, thanks for joining us.
Hiya, nice to meet you.
You've been doing a lot of IMS. What is your exact role this year?
So I'm the one-day events coordinator. So all the fun sports we do, the wheelchair basketballs, the frisbees, all the crazy ones, I organise those as well as the mainstream ones like rugby sevens, athletics, cricket T10 finals day, things like that.
And how's all that going? What have we got coming up? It's the end of the year. Is there anything left?
Yeah, so it's our big summer push now. So tomorrow our bank holiday starts with the rugby sevens and tag rugby tournament. We then go into athletics next weekend, which is a great day in the sun if the weather's all right. And then we have our All-Stars Day against AU clubs. That's always a great day. Try and beat the AU. And then, cricket T10 finals day is the last thing we've got.
So did you organise this event?
No, I don't organise this one. This is organised by our league coordinator, Liv Harris. She runs netball, so this is one of her events.
Well done to her. A great event, so thank you very much. So the big ones we need to look out for are athletics coming up.
Yep.
There's the T10 finals.
Yep.
And then one more thing.
Rugby sevens and tag rugby tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow rugby sevens. Okay, so keep an eye out for that on campus. We're going to swap you out now. Thank you so much for coming. You've showed us wonderful insight into IMS. And now on to the next. This is the Elvin Richards coach.
So, Sam Peters, how do you think the Elvin girls are doing?
Honestly, this is our best game of the year. They're playing so well. We have no complaints. Bakewell, they're sort of falling apart. They're playing our sort of netball. They're not getting any shots off. I couldn't be happy with how the girls are playing.
What do you think are the main strengths of the team?
It's got to be our shooting at the moment. They're getting pretty much all of them. Like, we're not having any issues up front. And our defenders, like, they've had maybe, they've scored 10, 12 shots. They're not getting the shots and they're not getting the rebounds.
More clinical, aren't they?
Very clinical, very clinical.
So what have you said to them before this game? Obviously, this is the cup final. This is the end of the season almost for them. So they've got to leave everything on the pitch. How did you cheer them up to get ready for that?
So we basically won the league on Monday. Royce lost the game. They can't win it. So that was a big thing. The girls want to do the double. They've wanted to do it from the start. But the big message for this game was just enjoy it. Like, half of them aren't going to get this experience again. They might make it back. They might not. So enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy this court.
And what have you said to them at half time? You know, they are leading, they are doing well.
We're leading by 21. We said keep it exactly the same. Just enjoy yourselves. Like, this is the main thing, because honestly, when we're enjoying ourselves, we're playing great netball, and there's no point in throwing that away. So just continue doing it. Bakewell are getting frustrated. We saw a couple of pushes. I don't want to get into it, but Bakewell pushing the girls around. They have been warned. So, you know, they are getting frustrated with themselves, and Elvin are loving it. We're lapping it up. We're loving the pressure.
Okay, well, we should stress, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
We've got a nice insight into the coach's mind there. Obviously, we're not the BBC, and we can be as biased as we like, but we should have some Robert Bakewell people on, but we don't. But that's fine, because there's going to be a few of them standing on the pitch behind me in just a moment. Alex, quickly, before we go into the second half, I know that you've got some great thoughts on the second half, so fill me in. How do you think it's going to go?
Well, do you know what? I think Bakewell really need the crowd step up here. They're going to be the real driving factor as to how they pick themselves up and try and turn around this deficit that Elvin have really stomped upon them. I think Bakewell actually outnumber Elvin in the crowd today. So whether that ends up playing a factor, we'll have to wait and see.
And finally, Sophie, what do you think the final score is going to be after the next half an hour?
I'm not a netball expert, but I think they could definitely be pulling out a lot more scores than the current one. I think we're going to see a lot more going on.
Right, okay, it's all starting to kick off down here, so back up to the commentators for the second half.
Okay, so we are back again for the third quarter in this IMS Cup final. The score is currently 21-10 to Elvin, with an Elvin centre pass now. Sylvie, how do you think the two teams will have felt after that half-time break?
Well, it would have been a good break for them, for their legs to get back some energy inside of them, but don't want this to be too relaxed and lose and cool down at all, so I hope they've been moving about during that half-time.
And unlucky, and we've got a change here from Bakewell, from the goal attack coming in. One of the subs. A sub. So let's see how the girls can really capitalise on this third quarter start. You want to get out there straight away like Bella has, putting up her shot, taking that to a 12-goal lead now.
So there's contact going on even before the ball even comes down to them, which makes it just shows how physical this game really is.
I think this game is about to get a lot more physical, Sylvie, especially with everybody fighting for.
It's going to make it really difficult for the umpires.
Oh, the umpires have got their work cut out for them this time. We'll just have a few shout-outs for people watching. We've got Harris McConnell, Justin Moore, Sweetmate, Coops, Alison Crook, Charlotte Blackburn, Alex Knight, Jessica Carlisle. So thanks guys for tuning in, watching, cheering on the girls.
So this live stream on Facebook at the moment, so a lot of people from places like the Isle of Wight, from Wales, Sweden, they're all tuning in from the Bakewell team.
We've got Jane from the Isle of Man for the Bakewell team. Hopefully you're enjoying what you see today. So let's see what the girls can do now. Yes, also a little fun fact about the Bakewell girls.
What about who's at goal defence at the moment?
If the Bakewell supporters get 200 spectators, Maya will kiss the whole chair, Lucas. So that is quite a funny thing. So let's hope they get the 200 spectators for that special kiss.
Their support is absolutely brilliant, so it will be interesting. So I hope Maya gets the kiss that she wants.
The support has been really good. You can hear the crowd cheering on the girls. A few signs about the place as well. Hopefully the girls can see them and it'll give them the support they need. So let's see what the Elvin girls can do here with this centre pass. Just talk about a few changes for the Elvin girls. I see that Catherine Harrison has come on at wing defence, which will be an interesting matchup there between the wing attack, Rachel Dunn, who I believe has gone back there after having a stint at centre at the second quarter.
You know what I think is so impressive, Rachel? So many of these players have actually been on for the whole game, particularly people like Katarina from Elven. She's been on the whole game at centre and wing attack, which is going to be tiring.
Very tough, but that just shows the fitness that these girls have and the training that they're putting in and really the effort that they want to put in. This is the BE.
We've got a different...
We've got a different wing defence. The rest of the Elven team have remained the same, which I think is a good call, you know. Don't fix it if it's not broken, as they say.
Yeah.
I think the Bakewell girls will need to just step up their defence and really try and get this ball down the court into the shooters, into the defence. Got a few more shout-outs here. We've got Come On Annie and Come On Elvin. Great first half from Peter Cox. And Jess Crook, the goal attack for Bakewell from Alison.
Oh, that must be her mum.
Oh, hopefully. So, a turnover from Bakewell there. Very good from the girls. Let's see if they can move it down the court. They're very good at switching up their channels, which is making it difficult for the Elven girls to really stay on top of them and keep that man-to-man defence that really has been working for them very well, as they're all very strong and capable players.
Yeah, really, really tight on them.
Really tight on the defence in the circle. Here's a long-range shot going in. Unlucky, could not be kept in, but we'll take an Elven goal line now. Great hands from the goal shooter there, putting the pressure on Hope straight from the back line.
Elven are really moving for these balls.
I know,
Sylvie, it's strong drives.
Hard for me not to be biased as an Elven girl myself, but I'm sure Bakewell will be able to bring it back. I hope it's an exciting last quarter. Really hoping for some end-to-end stuff. I think the 10-goal lead, as we've said numerous times, does not reflect the great netball that we're seeing from both sides.
Yeah, no, both teams really strong.
Another good turnover from the Elven girls, and see what they can do with this one now. As we heard from Sam at half-time, he really has very strong belief in the girls.
He's been a brilliant coach as well.
He's been a great influence on the girls. I think that positive mental attitude is what you need to really succeed. And
look, there he is.
There's the man himself.
You can see he's very involved in this game.
Very passionate guy. Let's try and... I think it's important that we try and avoid injuries at this late stage of the season, especially for the girls going on to want to play All-Stars. It would be a shame to get injured now, and I think the umpires are doing a really good job at keeping on top of that contact and making sure it is contest and not one-sided, as we've seen before.
The girls got a lot of pressure in this game, as you can see actually in the crowd. Some of the people who choose the teams for the AU teams.
Selectors, Sylvie.
Selectors.
Yeah, selectors. That you can see the height difference there between the goal defence and the goal attack.
Yeah, the shooters are really short in this team.
Oh yeah, the shooters have got quite. The shooters are quite short in comparison to the defensive lineup. Oh, we've got a shout out here from Emily Fellows. Go Jess! That's great to have the support from the gals.
That's Jess Crook.
Ah yes, Jess Crook. She has been. Ah yes, the goal attack. Pardon me, Sylvie. Let's see if the Elven girls can bring it down court here. Oh, a great feed in there to Bella into the circle. Getting very physical in that circle, but that's what we like to see, Sylvie, don't we? We love to see that. Oh, quick shout out to Charlotte Wheatley watching. You do love it.
I think all the girls are going to be celebrating tonight because they've all just outperformed themselves.
Yes, win or lose, the girls have put on a fantastic show for everybody here watching. Go Megan from Jane Howland.
You can see how physical this is getting, Rachel, now. The girls are really going for every single ball.
Yeah, it's all to play for. Really well kept in from the girls there. Great passage of play from Bakewell, showing their athleticism and fitness there to keep that passage of play on. Great work from the goal attack, Jess, to get around those really tall defensive players from Elven. See a lot more whistle being blown now, Sylvie, from the umpires.
Particularly now as the score is actually stretching a bit more for Elven, but actually the scoreline is the scoreline is kept with 10 goals in between, so it's actually... You wouldn't believe that,
Sylvie. I would not believe that. And I actually think it's been quite a Bakewell dominated quarter.
Yeah, I think Bakewell have had the game no more than Elven has. The possession has just been 50-50, to be honest.
Yeah, the possession has been quite heavily into the Bakewell half, I will say.
The girls just want this so bad, and it's really interesting to see them play.
The Elven girls, however, do have a great rotation around the circle from Bella and Matilda there.
You can see they're all very calm when they're playing.
Matilda seems to be playing that holding shooter.
Sinking all those shots.
Sinking all those shots, Sylvie, too right. Another great vision from Lucy there.
Great drives to the top of the D. It's really, really good.
The Bakewell girls are getting that rotation on as well, which is really crucial against that tall defensive unit.
You can see the work in the training really well.
Great shot there from the goal shooter. She has proved to be getting those mid-range and even long-range shots in. Very confident player. Very confident in her own ability as well, which I think as a shooter is very important.
Yeah, but something really important for both teams, they've got to be confident in every single player, and they have to trust that each player, when they have the ball, is going to put it to good use and bring it down the court all together.
Gotta trust the positioning of everybody as well, Sylvie, to know where that everyone's going to be where they need to be, and 2 offers on the ball is so important, especially with such tight man-to-man marking on both teams.
Yeah, driving towards that ball to make sure that you're really easily going to catch this ball.
Avoiding those flat passes that are easily intercepted. A bit of a fumble there from the girls, maybe just a bit tired, bit of nerves going on. Just settle down on court. Crowd are getting a bit rowdy, so we need to just calm the nerves. A great split from Bella there.
We haven't had too many chances though yet, Rachel.
No chance actually, Sylvie. Hopefully we'll get some in the last quarter to get the girls really riled up and excited.
Spirits will be rising.
Spirits will be rising, Sylvie. Too right. A great interception there from the goal attack, Jess. Really proving a crucial substitution for the Bakewell girls.
Yeah, really crucial, really coming straight into the team and blending in, which is really good. Making an impact.
Yes, the game is definitely getting a bit more feisty now, Sylvie, I'd have to say.
The goal attack has got an excellent split on her. That's Arabella Heap. She's doing really well in this game. She's getting by that doing that split. It makes it easier for her to shoot as she's closer to the D, to the hoop.
And Bella actually plays hockey for the uni. I believe she's on 2. So it's a great way for her to really show her netball skills and really get a chance to practice and go forward with both of her sports.
Yeah, completely. Gives her a chance to do a bit of both.
Agreed.
Which is difficult here at Loughborough. You do so many different sports and they're so competitive. As you know, like both these teams, they've got so many trainings on, so it's difficult to fit it all in.
Agreed, Sylvie. And I think it's such a good opportunity for the girls to play on such a big stage for an IMS game. I think it's a really good opportunity. I don't think I can cope with the pressure personally, Sylvie.
No.
It's quite daunting.
Because it's really important for all halls, just IMS games. It's really important for them to win.
Especially with this Village Park rivalry.
Yeah.
It's going to be a noisy one in the quad tonight, I'd say, no matter what teams are victorious at the end of it. Another shout out here from Jude Larkin for Hannah Larkin, good friend of mine and Sylvie's, great girl. She's been playing fantastic today, really showing off that strength and those excellent feeds into the circle.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing her at trials next year, Rachel. She'll be a tough one.
And here we go from Bella. Another shot from Bella there. She really has shown her shooting ability tonight. It has been on great form.
No, she's just completely dominating that position, just showing that bib is her own.
Would have to agree with you there, Sylvia. Great analogy from yourself. Oh, a fantastic interception from Robin there at the goal defence position. That leap of a basketball player, hard to miss. Oh, but a good team turnover from Bakewell. That pressure really getting applied in that end quarter. I want to have a quick shout out to Becky Wharton and Alice Frost on the scoring board down there. 2 great girls, worked a lot for the IMS.
Yeah, actually, so Becky and Rachel are actually the IMS sector next year.
We are indeed, Sylvie. We are indeed. Hopefully take on the legacy. Oh, snap. That Alice Frost has left. And me and Becky will definitely be doing a great job. So let's return to the game now, Sylvie, and see what we can see from the centre. Here she goes.
Starting with that over ball, the wing attack. That's quite a risky ball, but it's just
the wing attack trying to hit those pockets. Just a great pickup from the ball attack there.
You can see that's a difficult ball to give though, those over the Ds.
That is a really difficult one to pick, and we'll take an Elven sideline. Oh, a quick shout out to Scarlett Rawl watching. Thank you for that kind comment. Hope you. Oh, it's getting a bit beefy on the court, so let's hope the umpires can really keep that in check. But as I was saying, thank you very much, Scarlett, for that lovely comment. Love you lots.
The crowd are getting really interesting now. They're really actually getting into the game.
Yeah, the crowd are really getting behind the girls, and I think that's what they need, especially getting into these closing quarters. It can get really tiring and quite hard to concentrate for quite a long time.
Yeah, well, the score's actually starting to stretch even further. It's 32-17 to Elvin. That's going to be a difficult lead to draw back.
Elvin really are starting to dominate, but they can't let the Bakewell girls cannot let their heads drop here. That would be disastrous for them. The Elvin girls are really making use of getting into that circle quickly and getting that passage of play.
Yeah, they really are,
aren't they?
It makes it difficult for the defence.
Great rebounds there from the girls as well to keep it alive. The first shot doesn't go in, just get on that second one and hope for the best, as they say, Sylvie.
The thing is about this game, as we've said, it's been so tight. It'll be interesting as in 2 weeks they'll be playing again to see if the score is any different.
Interesting matchup, Sylvie, it will indeed.
I wonder if that Bakewell and Elvin will have such a big crowd as they have tonight.
Hopefully an even bigger crowd for the rematch. But sure, it's anybody's game still.
Yeah.
A great shot from the goal shooter there. This shooting technique is very good. Very good shooting technique. Seems to be very consistent.
This shows that the Bakewell girls are actually doing really good shooting, but it's just difficult for them to get the ball down as the Elvin defence is particularly strong.
And Sylvie, I'd like to just say there's good communication between the umpires, really helping each other out there to get the fairest game possible for the girls out there.
Yeah, completely.
Good rebound there taken by Bakewell. Let's see what they can do with it now. As we said before, they do make good use of those channels, moving it from the far channel through to the middle over to the top, making sure not to do too many loopy passes, and those as we just seen can be easily intercepted by the Elvin girls.
Yeah, such risky balls those are.
Very risky balls, so they would not recommend.
You see Sibby just actually really went for that intercept. Unlucky didn't get it, but really is throwing herself at the ball.
Yeah, the girls are definitely having a big impact all across the court, making sure that everybody's getting their name out there.
Oh, and we only have 10 seconds left on the clock.
20 seconds, Sylvie, but different timings, different timings. Let's see who can get the final goal of the quarter. And there we have it, the third quarter comes to a close, ladies and gentlemen.
So there's only one quarter left with 15 minutes of these girls to show them what they've got.
So we have a live highlight reel that we're going to show now. So here we go. There's that shooting technique from the goal shooter that we were talking about.
Sinking so many shots.
The shots have definitely improved in this third quarter, Sylvie, I would have to say, from both Bakewell and from Elvin.
I think the shooters are really settling into their positions.
Agreed. It does take a while really to get into it. Here's another good positive play from the Elvin girls, taking it down the court. Oh, this is getting quite a physical game.
Really
Sylvie.
physical.
The contact is getting quite high.
Girls are going for all of these balls.
Girls all over the place there. Bella there with another great shot. She has been a standout shooter for me, I'd have to say.
Yeah, well, my standout player still is Katrina Payton from Elvin Richards at centre. She's just really shown her fitness. Oh, it's getting very physical here.
And here we go, a flopper. Oh, that is going to hurt tomorrow. Oh, we're still going. So this is the IMS Cup final. We're back again. This is just the third quarter. We're just going to do, Jessica Carlisle has a quick shout out for us. Oh, thank you, Jess. That's too kind. And Neve, you're too kind, guys. Thank you very much. I think it'll be an interesting matchup now for this final quarter with the goal difference being quite significant, Sylvie, you will have to admit.
Yeah, it's getting stronger and stronger. Like the lead is really pulling away and making it difficult for Bakewell to claw back.
I wonder if the Bakewell girls will make any changes. Maybe get some fresh legs on. Might be a good introduction.
I think Maya came off actually just then, and she's coming back on at goal defence.
That will be an interesting to see how she copes with Bella this time.
I hope she hasn't cooled down in that time.
Yeah, it seems like she's pumped up and ready to go. The girls are very encouraging, and I think that's a great team morale they have together.
You can see
keep those heads up.
Hands in the middle, all together, playing it.
We are all in this together, Sylvie.
We are all in this together.
A great High School Musical movie. Well, not High School Musical movie. High School Musical.
Yes.
There's the Elvin girls ready to go again. I do believe they're unchanged as well.
So let's see what the girls can do now in this closing quarter of the final game. So the girls are just taking to the court. There's that trophy that everyone is looking for. May taking that ball, and here we go. Final 15 minutes for the girls. Here we go. Final quarter, Sylvie. Have you enjoyed your time commentating here today?
Oh, I've absolutely loved it. It's been a great experience. What about you, Rachel?
Oh, absolutely loved it. Hope we've entertained you all in the live stream, and hope you've enjoyed some really good netball today, Sylvie. It's been a great display of athleticism and real technique shown by the girls.
Good chance to analyse these girls ready for when we play them in the All-Stars game as well.
Oh yeah, been keeping close tabs on those All-Star girls. Now, let's see what we've got going on here. We've got a Bakewell back line. See if they can get this to goal and really start putting up those shots, get the confidence in for the girls in these closing seconds.
They've really got to use it whenever they have the ball and take it to goal, particularly as they're trailing behind the Elvin strong lead.
Agreed.
So it's now 33-19.
That was a good goal from the girls there, to really good pressure from the girls. It's nice to see that they're still really fighting for every ball. It's what you want to see in a cup final. And I think the crowd will really appreciate a hard fight to the end.
Yeah, they really have done that.
Oh, go ahead, Sophie, it's fine.
And as you can see, like, the scoreline really isn't that big, which means that it just shows how much pressure all the players are putting on down the court.
I think it has been a fantastic game, Sylvie, and I've really enjoyed watching it. That is a great pressure from Maya there. She will be a difficult one to control in the All-Stars game, I'll have to say, Sylvie.
We'd like to do a little shout out to Liv, who's done an excellent job as the IMS exec, and the female leagues coordinator.
Female leagues coordinator, shout out to Liv. What a great fives player as well. Actually, you know what? Shout out to all the fives. Love you lots.
And all teams, actually.
All teams, LSNC. So, great work there.
You can see they're all really enjoying all of their games. They're all smiling on court. All I can say, Rich, is we all love this game.
Oh, we really do love this game, and you love to see it, Sylvie. You love to see it. So let's see if the Bakewell girls can really put this and get this shot up. The goal shooter, like I said, so consistent in those shots. Unlucky on that one.
It was a good rebound by the goal defence.
Might have jinxed that for her, but we'll see what the girls can do here, really taking it up the court. The Elvin girls' dresses are very nice, aren't they, Sylvie?
They're very nice.
I quite
and
like
actually,
them.
Bakewell have got their own t-shirts, which are actually very nice
I like
as well.
the ombre. I do like the ombre quite a lot. I think it helps to really bring the team together.
It just shows how involved and how how much they all really want this game, and they've just really taken it as a big thing for them in their IMS netball.
Oh, a near miss rebound by Maya there, but a great recovery from Matilda to get that shot. Let's take it now to a 35-19 lead to Elvin.
The crowd are absolutely loving all the music that's going on as well.
Oh, the music is class, Sylvie. I do love a good bop myself. It's nice to see so much support though for the girls, don't you agree?
Yeah, so many faces here, all just everyone who's actually throughout every IMS game, Elvin and Bakewell have had particularly strong supporters going down, but I haven't seen the crowd this big.
Yeah, they've had really good support actually from both the girls and the boys, which is nice to see. Nice to see the lads getting involved. A bit rowdy, but we can cope. Great defensive pressure here from Elvin, really putting the pressure on Bakewell in this last quarter. So let's see if the Bakewell girls can get this into the circle now and really start putting up these shots, get their confidence up and finish off with a bang, I'd say. Great vision there from Lucy into the goal shooter.
Good umpiring by Anna Bradley there.
Yeah, an obstruction call there. Oh, good rebound collection from the girls. I think that has been very strong from Elvin. That height in the circle really proving an advantage to them.
No, but they've been using it to their advantage as well. They've been capitalising on every time they can use their height in the D.
Oh, and unlucky offside there from Zimmy. She has been a very, very crucial player in getting around that circle edge. Just nipping at all the balls, really getting involved there.
Well, her and Hannah must know each other very well after playing in this game, as they've been playing against each other throughout the whole thing.
And another, as you said, a standout player being Catriona Payton, who has played the whole time at centre.
Yeah.
As a centre yourself,
she's
Sylvie.
she's a wing attack now.
Oh, is she?
Goodness, how could I miss that? Actually, Sylvie, I think she's centre. No, I'm talking about the elephant girl, Sylvie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the elephant girl. And as a centre yourself, Sylvie, how do you think her fitness must be holding up right now?
Oh, it must be so difficult for her to be playing that the whole game. It's very, very tiring at centre. So you are allowed across the whole court, which makes it very difficult.
Those early mornings at power base, Sylvie, though, you know what it takes to be a great centre. You got to put in the work to get the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can just see that her fitness must be really high at the moment.
Now, let's see if the Bakewell girls can take this centre pass to goal. It would be nice to see real good, smooth passage of play, kind of getting it straight to goal. I think it's been broken up quite a lot by the Elven defence. I think that's something that's quite difficult to cope with.
But as we said at the beginning, like the defence from both teams is going to be really, really strong, particularly as they both have all-star goal defence, Robin and Liv.
Yeah,
and
Robin in at goalkeeper now, which is a great. You can really see that height though now, Sylvie, proving a great advantage to Elven in that circle. Not letting it phase the Bakewell girls. Oh, a special shout out to Liam. We love this game. You do love to see it. Thank you very much, Shar. Great shooting from you as well at the half-time game. Loved it. Now, the Elven girls are really bringing it down court very well. I think the way they work together, the way they know their positioning.
They're just connecting so well.
Oh, connect the dots, Sylvie. You love it.
And here comes some chance.
But the goalkeeper there, as I said from the start, Sylvie, another really good standout player. Let's see if the girls can take it down to court here. Let's get it straight into that circle, I think. Oh, a great interception.
Really
from
well
Robin there.
seen.
Good vision from everybody as well. Good vision. The centre court positions have proved very, very important because the girls are tight on right up to that defensive line.
Yeah, and they're really keen bringing the ball down the court.
They're not letting any of those backup passes come for free, which is exactly what you like to see. Let's see if the goal shooter might go for the mid-range shot here. Let's see if she can put it up. Unlucky there from that mid-range.
She did go to follow that rebound though, but unfortunately Maya had a height on her and she was on that ball.
Yeah, Maya is in there straight away on those rebounds. She, as again, those all-star girls really proving crucial.
You can see they're really standing out in this game. However, there's so many other girls who are playing at the moment who I think could have just as good a run out on the All-Stars team.
Yeah, I think all of these girls are really showing why these two teams are top of the league. This is some top-class netball that we're seeing. And it's really good to see it on this big stage in front of this crowd and being streamed live to all of you lovely people watching. Now, that was a good interception there from the Bakewell girls. I still think it has been quite choppy in the middle where balls are getting misplaced or the pass just isn't quite right.
But I think particularly in the D, it's really difficult for the girls to actually take it to goal because of the defence.
Agreed. The defence of both ends proving
defence all the way down the court
intercept there from both of the girls. It's end-to-end stuff here.
Both all-star players just turned over those balls as well.
So this will be great observation. Now, I'd like to see some long shots going in just for a bit of flair for the crowd. A great interception there from the goalkeeper.
But they've got to play it safe because they don't want to let Bakewell get back into the game as Elven's got such a strong lead at the moment.
That is true. This Bakewell defence is not letting anything go there. Really, really tight on the girls. Keeping it interesting, Sylvie. We love to see it.
Really do love to see the physicality in
the physicality is so good. The contest as well between the girls, it's really, really nice to see. Yeah, it's good to see though. It's not too feisty.
I think it's really good to, sportsmanship though as well. None of the girls are getting particularly
Larry.
Yeah, so they're all just playing really well. Really good games, to be honest.
Agreed.
It's body on body from both teams.
It's what you like to see, Sylvie. It really is what you like to see. Great shot there from the goal attack. She has proved a key player at that half-time substitution. I believe that's Jess Crook. I think the Bakewell bench have done well to bring her on. She's been very instrumental to getting those shots up.
Yeah, she's made a really big impact on the game.
Great impact. Again, Sylvie, that third quarter for Elven, really getting that goal stretched.
Yeah. It means that if they are tied in this final quarter, they've got a bit more of a leeway. And
relax
unlucky
a bit more.
there from Hope, the footwork call from the umpires.
I think ELV and really do need to start to relax a bit more in the game as they've got the lead, but they just need to maintain it.
Yeah, I think the girls just need to go out there, have fun.
Yeah,
enjoy
completely.
these last 5 minutes on this big stage because it is a pleasure to watch.
It's such an enjoyable game. Everyone's playing that at some point.
Oh, it's a great game to watch. And it's nice to see the
Nice to see
Bakewell
the
bench really getting behind the girls,
Yeah.
you know, cheering them on from the sidelines. I personally like that when, you know, people are
Yeah.
cheering me on from the sidelines. Makes me feel.
It helps make the court seem a lot more loud. Actually, when you're on court, it feels very quiet.
Agreed. Especially this atmosphere in here today, Sylvie. It is electric.
Yeah.
Let's see if the Elven girls can capitalise on this goal. Great shot.
Stretching their lead even further.
The shooting has been very consistent from the girls. Lovely crowd dancing there from the gals, from the lads. It's nice to see the...
Getting particularly physical now in the crowd.
The crowd really didn't like that one too much, did they?
And
we'd like to apologise for the
explicit
language there. So, chance aside, it's been quite a civil game, would you say,
Yeah,
Sylvie?
really good.
Just really good netball played by both
And
sides.
I think all teams have been really respectful to the umpires, which is really
very
important in a game.
respectful.
Particularly when you don't agree with some calls.
Especially when the girls are doing this voluntary, you know, just for the love of the game, because we do love this game.
We do love this game, Rachel.
And it's nice to see the girls really putting up a good fight for every ball. Still in the last 4 to 3 minutes of this game. Okay, so
it's got Elven Centre.
Elven Centre again here. Let's see what we can do.
Let's see if they can stretch this lead to 20 goals ahead.
Do you think they can do it, Sylvie?
Well, I don't know, because the Bakewell defence is so strong.
It is a really
you can see the lead in my
strong
mind.
defence.
And with their shots aren't 100%, that it's going to make it difficult for them.
It is going to make it difficult, Sylvie. I'll have to agree with you there. Great hands from Bella there, just a bit too close. May picking up on that very quickly. Great umpire she is.
Yeah, really on it. She really loves her umpiring.
She does love a good umpire, doesn't she? Great player as well.
Yeah, it's difficult to choose between umpiring and netball.
As I was saying, Sylvie, just great hands there from Hope. She has proved a great defender there. She is actually an ex-AU player, so she's really showing her strength in training.
You can tell.
Oh, you so can tell. Great player. And now we have a Bakewell Centre. That was a nearly good turnover from the girls. Let's see what the girls can do here with the last 2.5 minutes left. It's been a long game, Sylvie, but a good game.
Really good game. It's gone so quickly for me. I've just been so involved in the whole match.
I've really enjoyed watching it here. And we've actually got a special shout out to Angela Whitacombe.
From Hassocks, from my mum. She's really enjoying the commentary going on.
Thanks, Mama Sylvie. Oh, a nearly good interception, but a great take there by Bella. And if she can get this shot again, consistent as ever Bella has been throughout this whole game. She has definitely been a standout player. You can see the Elven girls really starting to enjoy it now with 2 minutes left. You'd nearly think they've got it in the bag. Said think a lot of times there, Sylvie, but you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, there's only 2 minutes left, so it's going to be difficult for Bakewell to claw back this lead.
I think as long as the Bakewell girls go out with a fight, keep that pressure on, go out with their heads held high. It's been a fantastic game of netball. Really enjoyed watching it.
It's such a physical game going on right now.
Yeah, it has been very good, very physical. Great pressure there from the Bakewell girls, making it difficult every shot for those shooters.
They're fighting until the last minute, these girls are, and it's really important to keep the atmosphere.
It's really nice to see, really nice to see. Great shot there from Matilda. Laughing, crying face, love it. Oh, we've got a bit of cramp here on
I
court.
noticed she had tape on her hamstrings.
Did you think so? Oh, you don't like to see this in the closing quarters of the game.
No, not at all. Only a minute left.
Cramp is so difficult to overcome, and she has been on for the whole time.
She's had an absolutely outstanding game, Cindy.
Nice to see all the girls helping her off.
Great sportsmanship by everyone. Everyone's clapping her off.
Claps from the crowd. Great to see it. Hope she's okay. Hope it's just cramp. Hopefully they can get that sorted.
At least we've had a whole game and seen everything that she has done on the court.
She has had a
so
fantastic game.
just important that the girls get back on court here and we can get this game
And they can't lose
finished
their
out.
heads. They can't lose their heads quickly now that they've lost a really key player in their team.
I know, they
It would
just
be
need to-
interesting if Elvin will use this.
to their advantage, really, in this closing minute of the game.
Oh, I mean, they're doing very well, Elvin really are stretching their lead further and further.
I know. I think they've nearly got it in the bag, you'd say, but it has been a fantastic... May just asserting her dominance there. It's great to see. The umpires have been very good. We'll have to give a special shout out to them. The girls, however, very responsive, very civil to everybody. Sorry there, just a quick cough.
Tickle?
Oh, a tickle in the throat, Sylvia, a little tickle. 30 seconds left. Let's see what we can get. Let's see who the final goal will be to. Sylvie, what are you thinking?
Well, seeing as the ball is down in Elvin's shooting third, I think that Elvin will take the last shot. It's just whether they can play with this ball for the last 10 seconds.
And really get that shot up. She's going for the long bomb. Let's see if she can get it.
The clock's ticking now,
okay.
and Bakewell have taken it down. Do you think they'll make it down?
Let's see if they can get that one down. And it is a win for the Elvin girls.
And you can see smiles all over their faces. Elvin are absolutely thrilled with
This
this
has been
win.
a great game. So you can see the girls absolutely ecstatic there.
The coach Sam getting straight in, congratulating his team.
Nice to see the girls. Nice to see the girls congratulating each other. Really making good sportsmanship.
Yeah,
Love
all
to
girls
see
from
it.
Bakewell smiling despite the loss because they know
There
they
they
have
go.
outplayed themselves.
Big smiles from the girls. Big smiles from the girls. You
Going to
love
be big
to see
celebrations
it.
tonight, and they can really see that they love this game.
Maybe a night in Echo, Sylvie, on the cards for me and you as well. Maybe celebrate with the girls, but great to see, great to see. I think we're going to go to trophy presentation soon, but it's nice to see 3 cheers from both sides. Lovely to see the girls coming together. Great work from everybody involved today to make this happen. The IMS exec, LSU media. Great to see everybody getting involved, getting down. And the support, Sylvie, the support has been
absolutely outstanding.
So I think we are now about to pass down to the presenters who are courtside.
Such an exciting match. Congratulations to Elvin Richards for their first cup win. What are we thinking about the match, guys?
Well, what a game. That was fantastic. The second half, kind of the same as the first half there. We just saw Elvin Richards just steamroll through.
Yeah.
What was the final score there? 22-42. Arguably
win.
a pretty convincing win for Elvin Richards. What was our man on the ground, Alex, thinking?
Well, I mean, as you said before, they ran away with it, didn't they? Yeah, I mean, Bakewell put up a good fight, but the class and just the consistency that Elvin have been showing all season, to be fair to them, it just shone through. And Bakewell just couldn't match it. They put in a good performance, but sad lose on the day.
Well, we did say it before the game, you know, Elvin Richards undefeated, and I think they showed why there over the last hour of play. They absolutely demolished Bakewell. I think even in terms of fitness, we were looking at the end there, and the Elvin Richards players looked like they could go and play another game. They were
I think they
chilling.
could. I think they could.
Considering they didn't have that experience, you know, Bakewell have been here before. Bakewell have lost before, and now twice in a row. But we'll not dwell on that. You know, they've come out here like it was just a normal game. I think that AU experience has served them wonders.
Definitely. I think having AU players on the team has helped them, and they also won against the Nottingham AU team at varsity, so that definitely showed as well. They're an experienced team. I think everyone was saying that Bakewell had the experience being in the final before, but that didn't help them, did it?
Well, it's just not having the calibre of people in your team. That's what it is, isn't it? So we can look behind us. The teams are very happy here. They're just celebrating and getting ready for the trophy to come out. Once the trophies, I don't think we're going to be able to tease any of them away, you see, because they're all quite happy. So once the trophy's been given, we hopefully will be able to chat to some of them and find out their emotions after that thrilling final. But at the moment, we're just sort of waiting for this trophy to come out. So where's that Wizzy camera? There we go. Let's come over here and just look at everyone lining up. We'll go for a bit of a walkabout. There is, of course, going to be someone far better than me reading out the result and reading out the names, so don't worry about that. Sophie, who was your standout player? I mean, you sat and watched the game with me. Who was your favourite?
I think for me, it's between... I thought that the goal defence, Hope Lushington did a really good job. Obviously defending a lot of goals there. What about you, Alex? Who's your star player?
Elvin centre, Katrina Payton, she really shone through, a lot of interceptions, a lot of good passes, but also it must be mentioned that the people up top for Elvin did an absolute sterling job today.
We're just going to throw over to the commentators now because they're going to just talk us through this wonderful trophy ceremony. So take it over, guys.
And here we have the presentation of the trophy. A quick thank you to the two umpires, Anna Brindley and May Holmes.
Who had an excellent game of umpiring, Nathan.
Really great game from them. So let's see, Liv Harris, female leagues coordinator there with a lovely bunch of flowers ready to give out.
Ready to present to the winning team.
The player of the match for Elvin.
And the award goes to Bella Heap.
Bella Heap got player of the game.
I have to say I completely agree with that choice, Rachel.
Completely agree with that decision.
All of her shots have been absolutely outstanding in this game.
We really did say that, Sylvie. Consistent throughout. It's what you love to see. She is a great player and hopefully goes on to play more.
Yeah. But I think this is her last game for her.
I do think so. And now we have the presentation of the silver medals to Robert Bakewell. The girls really put up a great fight, and this is the last game for Rachel Dunn there, who we've just seen. She had a fantastic game and she should be very, very proud of herself.
They've all played absolutely outstandingly, and I really enjoyed this game because it was such a tight game right to the end.
Agreed. And with the final score being 42-22, I do think that the score doesn't quite reflect how close and how tight it really was for the girls to play. Lovely to see the girls all getting the medals, all a real team effort for the Bakewell girls.
All smiling as well, really pleased with themselves.
Yeah, really nice team spirit behind them all. With Tolo there, the IMS exec, giving out the medals to the girls. Nice for that to see. Nice. And now I think we'll be going to the Elvin girls for the trophy presentation. Lovely to see the Bakewell supporters still here as well, cheering on the girls for that silver medal.
Yeah,
well
right
deserved,
to the end.
Very well deserved. As we'll say, they are second in the Netball League, still with games to come. And here we go for the girls.
First comes Sam, the coach. He's been
Sam
really good.
Peters for the
Really good coaching this year.
really good coach. Love to see him.
Sure, drinks will be on him today.
Oh, definitely. There's Matilda. There's Catherine getting her medal now. Great to see it from them. And we've got Bella, the man of the match, getting her medal there. The centre, your favourite player, Katrina.
Yeah, centred really well.
Hannah Larkin, absolutely love you. What a babe. So proud of her. So happy she's getting that gold medal. We've got the wing defence coming in. Annabelle Cox, and of course Hope Lushington, a great player, standout player for the girls.
So great to see her in the All-Stars game.
Here's the captain, Hope, and here's the
Taking
girls
the trophy
celebrating
home.
away. Hopefully that'll be a great night for the girls out tonight. Yeah, here we go. Love to see it from the girls. Absolutely ecstatic.
You can see they've really enjoyed this game. It's absolutely brilliant.
A great game for the girls, so we have to agree.
Yeah, everyone absolutely been on top form.
I have enjoyed every minute of this with you,
Yeah,
Sophie.
completely. And as have I, Rachel, as have I.
And here we go, the girls celebrating with that cup all together as a
All
team.
getting their hands on it, feeling out the glory.
Gotta get the hands on it. Many drinks out of that tonight, I'm
Glory
sure. Sylvie.
gold.
Oh, there it is. Thank you very much, Bella, for showing that to us. And the girls just acknowledging the crowd there, lovely to see. Nice for everybody to come out. So, Sylvie, what did you think? Do you think that game will go down in the history books?
Oh, I think it will indeed, Rachel, particularly as Elvin won in the final last year.
Agreed. And the girls really did show this is the dream team for the girls.
Yeah, it's really good for the girls to be out here playing netball. It's a really great game and everyone should get involved.
I think this is really highlighting the great games that netball is, and the real IMS culture that we have at Loughborough is so important and so good to all the girls. There's a lovely team footy there.
This will definitely be a highlight in their time at Loughborough, don't you agree, Rachel?
Definitely, Sylvie. Definitely.
I mean, it's rare for
and for the Bakewell girls.
Oh, completely.
And for the Bakewell girls, definitely.
It'll be interesting to see the final next year as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lovely shot there of both the teams there.
All
really
smiles.
Celebrating together. All smiles.
looking at all of their fans in the audience.
Yeah, it's nice that the girls are still here. Oh, there's a lovely shot of the films. I'm
lovely.
sure that'll be on Instagram later.
Yeah.
Good
Can't
likes,
wait to see all
good
the
likes
likes
on that one. Oh, I'll have to drop it a like, so I will. It'll be good
so
for
will.
them. Good for them. Lovely smiles from the girls.
For them holding their medals, all biting the middle, very, very nice.
Oh, that'll be nice.
That'll
for
be
the
a really
girls
nice
to
photo.
see.
Shows their team like spirits.
They're all so they're all so close, all such good friends.
Playing together all year.
So nice to win together. Nice to see our boy Sam's got a medal for himself as well. Coach of the year, definitely.
Right, so Rachel, today has been an absolute pleasure commentating with
Pleasure,
you.
Sylvie. I've loved every minute of it. And we're going to pass now down to our presenters. So we hope you enjoyed our commentary, and here we go over to the presenters.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks very much, guys, and a fantastic job commentating through all of that chaos and drama of the 60 minutes of netball we had. We're almost done here. We've almost finished for the evening. Alex, final memories of this wonderful evening we've had?
Credit to both teams, but the class of Elvin shone through in the end. Put in a fantastic performance as they have done all season. Commiserations to Bakewell.
Sophie, anything to close off
Great
after this
job.
monumental
Yeah.
event?
It was a great job from both teams. Really like a pleasure to watch, and it's been a great evening, really.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that's it from us, from Match Report. For the entire year, we have no more sport to bring you at Loughborough for like 6 months, if you can imagine that at Loughborough. Unheard of. But we have a few thank yous to do, just because there's so many people involved with things like this. So I'm going to reel off some names, and if I've forgotten anyone, unlucky. Josh, Tim, Chris, Jack, Amie, JCR and Eleanor, you are all amazing people, and also the wonderful people who are behind the cameras and mixing audio and have been making VTs and just in the office. Well done to all of you, because literally none of this could have happened unless you decided to do it properly, so thank you very much. And finally, LSU Media, well done for putting on a wonderful year of sport, and congratulations of the Nasters and all that sort of stuff. But we're going to leave you now for the end of 2019 sport here at Loughborough, well, halfway through anyway, with some amazing highlights of this wonderful game, edited by the wonderful Chris up there. So take a look at these and enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend.